Hi guys, welcome to DOdaily. A brand new week. Des here. Let's attack the week with some Monday motivation. Really looking forward to getting on today. After last week, I'm back in more normal surroundings. I've actually come out to College Park today, one of my favourite places. Needed a bit of a kickstart myself. Got up this morning feeling a bit iffy, feeling like I didn't want to go to work. Of course, I had an amazing week away last week. Really enjoyed the surroundings, enjoyed all that walking and all the activity I got in. Suppose it's to be a little bit expected, but can't use that as an excuse. Got to get back on it. Got plenty to sort out. I've spoken about that a lot recently. So whilst that might be a little bit concerning and worrying, we've got to sort of get straight back on top of it and give it a real go. And myself and Kay have both said today it feels like reality's biting a little bit, and it probably is, and that's probably what was making me not feel too great this morning. So I had to drag myself up. Didn't feel like going to work, but drag myself in, and as the day's going on, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more with it. I'm still feeling a bit tricky sort of as I finished this afternoon. Didn't really feel like doing much activity. Was looking forward to the video, but didn't want to sort of go out and do it. But since I've been out, I actually feel amazing again. I've come to one of my favourite places, College Park, so whilst it's similar to where I'd normally go on a Monday, it's not exactly the same. So I just tried to mix it up a little bit there, just to sort of pick myself up. All the way here, I was thinking about, I'm on a new health kick again this week. Didn't really fall off the wagon, but wasn't perfect being away, a little indulgence here and there, but on a new health kick. And all the way here I was thinking I might have an ice cream, I might have a coffee, and whilst there's nothing wrong in that, once I've walked 2 miles, listened to a few things, got that sort of spring back in my step, I don't want those things anymore. I want to sort of get back into routine, get back into the health kick, get up early again. So I'm really going to attack it again this week. Said it many times, we've got lots to sort out, but there's no reason we can't throw ourselves into it. There's no point feeling sorry for ourselves. It's only us that can sort it. So by doing these things, whilst it takes a bit of time, whilst it takes time getting out there, whilst we've got plenty of work to do, whilst I'm doing DOdaily and wanting to pass the message on, it's really important for me to get out there and do them. It's important to sort of use the time positively. I always say one positive action leads on to another. So got to believe in that myself. Tonight I've got not boot camp, the second week of that. The guys have done phenomenally well in getting out there, getting in some sort of activity all week. So again, I can sort of work off that kind of inspiration and what they're doing. I've got to go back, work out some points. It's all worked on a point system, but I'll be doing that before I go and meet them. And again, it's all just building up that sort of motivation, building up the motivation levels. Monday motivation. That's why it's never important. It's so important never to miss a Monday. It really is. Like I say, despite all those things, one or two other, I've got about 9 bites on my back have come out of nowhere. It's making things uncomfortable as well, so it's easy. What my point with that is, it's easy to let things get to us, but if we look at what we can do rather than what's stopping us or what's getting in the way, that's far more important. And once we look at that, we'll throw ourselves into it, and before we know it, like I've done just now, I've come out for an extra walk before that session later. It's really got me in the right frame of mind, and that's why it's really, really important to give it a go. I posted on my own social media and through the Do Running Facebook group a conversation I had, kind of a role reversal. Somebody interviewed me last week, and I really, really enjoyed that over the weekend. And again, something else to work off. A positive comment from somebody I wasn't expecting to comment was made on that, so it was really important. Again, just seeing that, of course I'm encouraging people to take a look in. It was me being quite candid, being quite open about my relationship with mental health and what my motivations are behind all these things I do daily, do running, encouraging people to look at different ways of making a positive impact. So if you can check that out, I'll post a link on the end of the video. It's really good. It's just another guy who's doing lots of good work for mental health, trying to make a real effort to encourage men to speak more. Of course, whilst we look at everybody, it's slightly different in the approach to what we do. This is just me trying to be honest and relatable, trying to encourage people to get involved in what we've got here. Looking at the broader spectrum of men's mental health and what all the theory and things behind it. Like I said, that's not quite what we're about, but it's still great work nonetheless, and it was a real privilege to be involved. Of course, every week on a Monday, what I like to do is update you on what we've got available. So if you can't get out today, if you're not part of the Not Boot Camp or anything locally, get out, get some activity in. But if you can't, the real sort of virtual solidarity action through Do Running and the community starts tomorrow. We have Tuesday training and the City Slickers solidarity session. I've said it many times, it's absolutely fantastic. The guys all choose to do whatever activity they want, 6:30. Get out there, really give it a real go to be part of a team. You've got to want to be part of a team. That's what's important about that, you know. It's easy to go and do it at all different times of the day. I missed it last week at the exact time, and I do really miss it. Do you know, I really sort of feel like I'm not part of that core who have really taken to it and really used it for motivation. Do you know, it's about accountability, it's about planning, it's about doing something for yourself, it's about getting that activity in, and all those things together. Like I say, you could do it at all different times. Don't get me wrong, that's fantastic as well. Do you know, the point is to get activity in, but with this session in particular, it's about being a part of that team. Of course, further to that, we go straight into Wednesday and the Wednesday workout. I'll bring that to you tomorrow. Got a few ideas as was sort of bouncing around last week, but again, it's just about sort of working off that Tuesday session. It runs alongside what would normally be the Do Running Trent Bridge group, which is a fantastic group I've got locally, which is really well attended by people of all abilities or paces or fitness levels, you know, but it's just typical of the group that everybody's treated exactly the same, and that's what's really important. So the point is, on a Wednesday, is to think of something we can do which offers that perfect midweek motivation, which gets people working as a team, which gets people, might be competitive even, just gets people thinking, just takes you a little bit out of that comfort zone, just to sort of push on and do what you can. And that's all after the nice gentle warm up of a Monday walk maybe, and a Tuesday solidarity session. Of course, on Thursday, got the questions and answers. Last week I was in Caton Bay walking along the beach, doing my best James Blunt impression, but there you go. I'll be back live this week around the table answering your questions. Hopefully you can keep posting those in. Absolutely brilliant questions in the last couple of weeks. Really love the quirkiness and the seriousness on one hand, but the not so serious side on the other. You know, the quirky questions you've been dropping in. So keep posting those. You'll see all the social media links at the end of the video. Email des@dorunning.org.uk and I'll happily answer anything within reason. Do you know, it's a tricky time right now as well, of course. Today, they've re-implemented the 6 people rule, and it's actually become a law. So I will advise people just to be careful. Of course, don't meet in too big of groups whilst we can meet sort of in smaller groups, in smaller numbers. Please be safe, please work within the laws. Do you know, the law, not the rules, because it's really important to do that. Lots of people have asked me, particularly on a Thursday, about when can we do this, when can we do that, do you know, and I've always been quite strict. The beauty of what I do in Not a Boot Camp is I can restrict the numbers to just exactly what we can work within, and that's absolutely fine. And there's social distancing measures in place, so that's really important. And then on Friday, it's Wake Up to Walk. Absolutely loved last week. I was up on the hill at Caton Bay looking over. Do you know, I got there last Tuesday when I first got to where I was staying, and then I went took Kay back up there on Friday and it was absolutely stunning. We managed to see the sunrise, which was brilliant, and of course the weather's picked up this weekend. It's really sort of back in our favour. We're clinging on to the end of summer, so that's really important as well. Whilst these rules are being put in place, it's still important for us to get out there whenever we can, you know, enjoy the nice weather, enjoy the daylight. It offers extra motivation. I've said before, we'll find a way to motivate you when it gets dark and wet and cold. But whilst we've still got it, you know, get out there, really attack it. And Friday's perfect for that, really attacking the day. I take the pace off, go and find somewhere locally where perhaps not been for a while, just like now. This really is one of my favourite places, somewhere I come to think a lot, somewhere I come to sort of escape everything, or just sort of just think how I can go again, you know. And that's exactly what I've done today, is just really sort of think how I can do it again. Saturday selfie, that was brilliant last week. That's how we ran the week up with that. Do you know, I asked you guys to get out there doing your activity. Normally during the Attack the Days episode on a Friday morning, what I like to do is get inspired by something and ask you to use that inspiration to sort of generate a selfie and post it again on those links, on those pages that will be on the links at the end of the video, you know. And it's just a way that we can share what we're doing, use it to motivate and inspire, you know. Yesterday I asked somebody if they could post into the Saturday selfie because they'd not been able to send a picture. That's exactly what we want to do, you know. If people feel they want to be a part of it, then that's fantastic. So keep posting those. Every day we work off a different hashtag. It's completely up to you how much or how little you get involved in. All I'm asking is you to keep posting, keep sharing. Right now we're an online community. We're making the most of what we've got, you know, and that's what it's all about. We've got activity, we've got each other to sort of work off, and we've got social media, and right now it can be really used in the most positive of ways. So if we can keep sharing stuff, keep using those hashtags, keep tagging us in every day, no matter what you're doing. I'll share them on the Instagram story. Lots of the guys are getting involved in that, wherever you are as well. Whilst we're based here in Nottingham, the beauty of this is we can encourage and inspire everybody, anybody, anywhere in the world. Right now we've got people sort of looking in from Swaziland and Azerbaijan and places like that, you know, and it's really, really good to see. Of course, if you want to make any comments about what we're doing, like, subscribe, please do. It's really, really important. I won't pretend it's not. Trying to get a message out there, so that those things for me in particular are really important in spreading the word. Whilst I'm here stood delivering the message, there's lots of people that go into making the Do Running community amazing and what we do. And all we are trying to do is really sort of inspire people just to be that slight better version of themselves. Like I said today, perhaps it's today's Monday motivation, you know. I got up not feeling fantastic, but by somebody making a nice comment, by getting out there and doing some activity, it's really got my head back into gear. We're only human, you know. We all have off days, and people have said to me a lot in the last couple of weeks, how do you manage to stay positive? Because I want to, deep down, you know. I take positive actions. I listen to something quite regular, and the guy who talks on it basically says you treat one thing like you treat everything. So if you go into one thing half-hearted, you're going to go into everything half-hearted, and that's kind of true, isn't it? You know, in the last couple of weeks I've been trying to get up early, I've been trying to diet, change, whichever way you want to look at it, not drink. And when I'm on it, I'm fully sort of embracing it and giving it a real go. And when I'm not quite on it, little things can easily creep in, and it's about remembering what's important to keep us going for another day, another week, whatever you need to work from. Do you know, they talk about addiction, for example. I'm not saying anybody here has got that, but it's one step at a time. You know, at the end of the video I did with Enlighten the Shadows, the interview I was discussing before, the guy asked me what advice would I give, and the one piece of advice, if you're not feeling fantastic right now, you know, is definitely just take things one step at a time. Have that little bit of resilience. Try and build that bit of resilience. Do you know, go to bed. Whilst you're not, you might struggle to sleep. I'm not a great sleeper myself. You might, it might be a struggle to get up even. But you always feel that little bit better. If nothing changes, you can work forward. And that's what's happened with me and Kay. We had a really sticky couple of weeks. We've had a nice week where we've been away and managed to forget about most things, and now we've got to get back and sort it. And not, fortunately, fingers crossed, nothing bad has happened in the meantime, so we can give it a real go. Get out there. She'll be with me tonight, you know, encouraging the guys. She'll be taking part, and we'll be hitting it hard together all week. So if you can get out there, make sure you never miss a Monday. Till tomorrow, guys, in the solidarity session, I'll be back for a bit of a pep talk and a briefing, and trying to encourage you to get out there and continue all that good work. Just doing it.